represented Dahmer in civil suits matters, joins us now. Steve, what do you make of the letter, and how authentic is it?
Well, it's you can take one of two beliefs in it. Either it's a valid letter that desires investigation, or it's something from an inmate who wants some attention and has perpetrated a fraud on a lot of people. Nevertheless, I think it has to be investigated, and I think someone should investigate it.
Steve, it's a full-page letter. We know you can't read it to us, but give us some idea of what it has to say.
Well, I received it in my office today in the mail, and it requested that I turn it over to Mr. Dahmer, Lionel Dahmer, and I did do that. And Mr. Dahmer has released it, I understand, and that's why I'm here today. The letter indicated that there is a death squad at the prison, and that there are 7 high-profile inmates who are on the hit list. 2 of them were Mr. Dahmer and Mr. Anderson, and this inmate who wrote the letter says he is also on the hit list. He indicated the prison has known about it for the last year and has done nothing about it. Again, whether it's valid or not, I can't tell you.
State investigators were very tight-lipped in their news conference yesterday. We expect their reaction to this letter to be no comment, and we're investigating. Have you heard anything from the state yet?
No. As I said, I got this about 12:30 when I returned to my office today, and I haven't heard anything from the state.
Well, if it's true, is there any legal action Dahmer's relatives next of kin could take?
Well, I assume if you knew that the prison was involved or had knowledge something like this was going on and did nothing about it, certainly you could under the federal civil rights law. Whether that will happen with me, I doubt it, since there are so many creditors. That's not something we would pursue, nor have the Dahmers indicated they want to pursue.
Have you spoken with Lionel Dahmer about this letter? Does he have anything to say about it?
Yes, it causes him concern. I gave it to him today at my office. It causes him great concern, and I'm sure he's going to want it investigated to determine if it is valid.
Steve Eisenberg, thanks for sharing the letter with us and shedding some light on this.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Steve. She told detectives she was going to do whatever it took to get committed to a mental health institute. That's the motive being given by a 60-year-old Madison woman for pulling off a downtown bank heist yesterday. She turned herself in and loot into the Dane County Mental Health Office.
Well, at this point, she is being charged with armed robbery. Hopefully, this will get her the attention and help she needs and get her into the system.
The woman has no prior arrests.
Tragedy strikes an already troubled family when a young mother is killed in a chain collision. Last night, Stacy Michelle Deaver was on her way back from visiting her 5-year-old son at a Chicago hospital. He's recovering from a heart transplant. A chain reaction crash caused a semi to run into the rear of Deaver's car. Her car, in turn, was forced under another truck. Deaver was pronounced dead in an area hospital. Marinette and Menominee police say they've made a huge dent in the drug trade. Officers have brought in more than 36 suspects, and they say they're not done yet. The arrests come after a 5-month investigation. In Menominee, 23 people are in jail on charges ranging from delivery to possession of cocaine and marijuana. In Marinette, 13 people have been arrested following raids on 2 bars.
Bet you thought you'd never see this in December. A viewer shows off his thermometer today that reads 100 degrees. The video taken in Baraboo, not really a true representation of what happened today, but it was warm. Actually, our high was 53 degrees, and that wasn't even a record. It's about 9 degrees cooler from the record, which was set back in 1982.
Yeah, but our Joel Despain shows us it was one of those days we'll all reflect warmly upon during the bone-chilling months to come.
Weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful, and since we no place to go.
It was the kind of day where flowers seemed ready to bloom again. And thoughts of flying south were far from a duck's instinctual mind. Yes, it was the kind of day where the burning desire to bust out of the office in your business suit for a December power walk could not be denied.
Oh, what do you think of the weather today?
Oh, it's terrific. Come on. I mean, being able to run in shorts on December the 2nd.
December the 2nd, the Union Terrace is officially closed for winter.
But this is one of those days you can skip class and it's justified because it's so nice outside.
So nice, even the potential of looming environmental catastrophe takes on new meaning.
I think global warming has its upside. Days like this are living proof.
And they're living proof that sweater sales go down.
But when it's really cold out after the snow flies, they're going to be sky high.
So too might the sales of Christmas trees.
It's been fairly slow while the sun is out.
As has the snowplow business.
We're just waiting for the snow to come. We're all ready for it. We got our plows ready and wings and everything ready to go. So far nothing, yeah.
Yet there is snow to be found, but it hasn't fallen from the sky.
Well, I think if you want to go skiing right now, south of the UP, we're it.
Of course, if spring skiing in December isn't your speed, how about a round of golf? One thing's for sure, the weather is anything but frightful.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Joel Despain, WISC, News 3.
Devil's Head and Cascade both hope to open a week from today. Both hills have been trying to make snow, but the warm weather has hampered those efforts.
But it certainly made travel easy on the Rock River today. We'll take you there.
And the history of Wisconsin told with the help of a river with the same name.
You're watching News 3 at 6 with Katie Sy, John Karcher, meteorologist Janet Pyatt, and Van Stout.
Today's great weather made for two very happy kayakers on the Rock River.
You bet. The father and son team are traveling the river from end to end to gather pictures for a book. News 3's Dave Hassel reports tonight that the sights are scenic and the cause charitable.
We needed to see the river, so we're basically doing homework.
This is the sort of homework every student could learn to enjoy. It's day number 7 on a 14-day journey down the Rock River from the headwaters in Horicon to where it joins the Mississippi at the Quad Cities. Besides the experience of the trip, the two are taking photographs of sites and cities along the way for a book to be titled Our Rock River. Photos of river scenes will fill the book, but so far the memories are of the people they've met along the way.
The people that we have met have been just wonderful. We stayed with a couple in Watertown that had read about us in the paper and came out and invited us into their home.
In Janesville, a man brought them and their gear to a local motel and returned them to the river this morning. In Fort Atkinson, signs greeted them along the shore at a home where they stayed.
That just surprises me. Take two strangers that they just read about and wait for us on the shore and then take us into their home and feed us and let us stay there overnight and let us clean up and shower and dry all our clothes out. It's really been terrific.
Proceeds from the book will go to cancer research. Nels Ackerlund came up with the idea, and he'll be writing and promoting the book, but he convinced his dad to go along.
He talks me into a lot of crazy things, but we have a good time together. That's a great time to bond and get to know each other better. And
today's weather is a dream compared to how the trip began. At Horicon, they found ice on the river, and much of the rest of the trip has been into the teeth of strong headwinds.
I wouldn't say it's a vacation, would you? If it is, it's too much work. It's just basically getting a feel of what the river offers, what it's about. I've never traveled the whole river before, so like I said, it's doing homework for the book.
With more friendly weather, the Ackerlunds hope to paddle into the waters of the Mississippi by this time next week. Dave Hassel, WISC News 3.
After the book, Our Rock River, is published, Nels Ackerlund plans to talk with community groups and give lectures about their trip.
Another river in the state is the focus of a family television event called the Wisconsin River of 1,000 Isles. The program uses the Wisconsin River as a way to tell the story of Wisconsin, who we are, and how we got here. Here's a preview.
The Wisconsin River begins here at Lac Vieux des Eaux. It is indeed a crooked, twisting river. Farther south, as it flows through Rhinelander, Wausau, and Stevens Point, it gets strong enough to carry the timber to build the young United States of America.
Well, the Wisconsin River is a byproduct of the glaciers. And the glaciers, as you know, came over Wisconsin over a period of several 100,000 years and changed the whole surface of the land.
Farther south, it enters the Dells, where a young Civil War veteran's photographs introduce the beauty of Wisconsin to the world.
Our people knew of this part of the world. We knew of the Ice Ages. What did we think about it? We loved every inch of it.
At Portage, it turns southwest and flows through Wisconsin Heights, with a 65-year-old Sauk warrior named Black Hawk makes one heroic last stand.
These ignorant savages, of which I'm a part, proudly so, have been upon this continent for a mere 50,000 years.
It joins the Mississippi at Prairie du Chien, where fortunes are made and cultures collide. It travels 427 miles and carries the story of who we are and why we're here.
Some great pictures. And
Absolutely.
there's more of them coming up Sunday night at 7 o'clock right here on WISC TV3. The Wisconsin River of 1,000 Isles. The program was produced by our own Dan Smith and Bill Broach.
They did a great job. I can't believe some of those beautiful shots. Well, the mild weather should continue through the weekend. Jeff Smith's up next.
Jeff Smith's weather has the AMS seal of approval.
Wow, wasn't that an incredible video in Joel's package today? We had folks skiing and folks playing golf, and if you had $100 to bet on the weather forecast, you'd probably bet that it was going to crash this weekend. But believe it or not, it is not going to. Today we saw a high of 53. Tomorrow, almost just as nice, 52, the expected high in Madison, 48 on Sunday. But then there are some indications by the early part of next week that we'll get back to reality with temperatures back into the 30s. We'll have more on that in just a moment. Our high in Madison today was pretty far from the record of 62 set back in 82, but 53 is almost 20 degrees above our average for this time of the year. And currently it's cooling down, but certainly nothing drastic. 37 at the airport, 42. Here at Channel 3, east winds at 5, and the relative humidity is at 79%. Some high clouds to the north of Madison last night pretty much dissipated quickly. Of course, we saw crystal clear skies today, lots of sunshine. Some low clouds are going to try to sneak up here tonight. That'll keep our temperatures from really dropping. They may be around early in the morning on Saturday. After that, though, we'll see lots of sunshine as we start the weekend. Off to the west, you can see lots of clouds roaming through the northwest part of the country on up into southern Canada. This is where the main storm track is and where there are a couple of fronts that will affect our weather throughout the weekend. But the first front is dry. As you can see, the radar overlay is not showing any precipitation at all in the plain states with this front. Some showers beginning to sneak up into Texas. May come as far north as central Illinois by late tonight, but they should not reach southern Wisconsin, so we will see dry weather as we head into the weekend. Currently, the front that is to our north and west will slip a little more into northwest Wisconsin during the day on Saturday. It will be a dry front, so a great day tomorrow. By Sunday, we'll see the approach of a much stronger front that will bring us colder air and the chance for some snow by early next week. Tonight, look for partly cloudy skies, maybe overcast conditions by early in the morning. Temperatures will drop down to 34 by daybreak. Maybe some early morning clouds on Saturday. Then a great day, partly sunny and mild again. High temperatures will reach 52. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy down to 36. And Sunday, more cloud cover, but we should see some intermittent sunshine and still pretty mild. High temperatures around 48. Monday, rain develops, but that could mix with or change to snow later in the day. Temperatures will reach 36. Windy and cold with snow showers and flurries on Tuesday, with temperatures in the 30s probably all next week, which still isn't that bad.
All right, feel a little bit more like December, though.
Yeah, a little back to reality next week.
All right, thanks.
Thanks.
Well, the decorating's done. The tree's ready.
Right, and we'll take you out to the Capitol for the annual holiday tree lighting. Dane County taxpayers will get a break on the county portion of their property taxes. The 95 budget passed, and it provides about $4 million in tax relief. The county rate for 95 is $4.05 per thousand. That's 4 cents lower than last year and 80 cents lower than it was in 1989. County Exec Phelps says 65 of Wisconsin's 72 counties now have a tax rate higher than Dane County's.
One key item restored by the board was $108,000 to upgrade the controls panels and outdoor emergency warning systems. Some supervisors said that they didn't want to spend the money on the sirens. They were roundly criticized for their initial reluctance by County Exec Phelps. He was ready to call a public hearing next year, which would likely have coincided with severe weather season.
Coming up tonight on News 3 at 10, it's a time when many of us are busy in the kitchen doing some holiday baking. Aren't you, Katie?
Yeah.
And there are dozens of mixers on the markets. And if you're going to buy one, which one's best? Well, Consumer Reports tests them all tonight at 10.
That's me. I'm in the kitchen all day long baking cookies. The Hockey Badgers try and stay hot at home. Just up next with sports.
Now News 3's Jeff Lenson with sports.
The Hockey Badgers getting set to face off against St. Cloud State. Badgers tied for first in WCHA, St. Cloud ninth in the league. Badger coach Jeff Sauer joins us now live from the Coliseum. Jeff, I know you certainly didn't expect St. Cloud to be having this many problems this early in the year. What do you think has been their problem?
Well, their biggest problem, Jeff, is the fact that they've had some injuries this year, and they haven't gotten off to the start that they expected. They've got a lot of veteran players, both at forward and in defense, and they're in a situation where they can put it all together. I just hope they don't do it this weekend.
Kind of a dangerous team then heading into the Coliseum.
They're our dangerous team. They're much like Northern Michigan was a couple weeks ago. They're a team that's got a lot of experience, and if they put it all together, they've played us very tough in the past, and it's the same people that defeated us last year over in Milwaukee 2-1 in that WCHA Final Five. So hopefully we can put some pressure on them.
Jeff, your guys had a couple losses in non-conference, but you've been playing very well in WCHA thus, right? I have to be pleased with that.
Well, I was pleased with even though we lost last week, I was pleased with the way we played at times, and we showed some things well against a team that's got excellent talent, and hopefully later on in the season we'll get a chance to go at Michigan State again. But I think it gave our guys some confidence. Even though we lost, we got ourselves on track in relation to knowing we can play with teams of that caliber.
These will be your last couple of games here in league play for almost a month and a half now, huh?
The next games are in Milwaukee at the Showdown, and then we play the Swedish team on New Year's Eve. But long time until, in fact, the next home opponent is Colorado College after the first of the year, and that'll be another exciting series.
All right, Jeff, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Jeff.
And, of course, we'll have highlights tonight at 10 o'clock. Football Badgers moving closer to that trip to Tampa. They're scheduled to resume full squad workouts December 10th, but that's not to say the interim time won't keep them busy.
I think it's real valuable for us. We get some time off to heal, obviously, get our schoolwork straightened away. And then number one goal right now is maintain condition, if not get in better condition, and also get stronger.
The exact day the Badgers will leave for Tampa still hasn't been decided yet. Just a few weeks ago, John Cooper's job at Ohio State was apparently in jeopardy. Today, the Buckeye head football coach has agreed to a 5-year contract extension. Cooper got his first win over Michigan last month, and the Buckeyes will go to the Citrus Bowl. Now Cooper says he wants to retire at Ohio State. He's been coaching there since 1988. Well, thanks to the Minnesota Vikings, things have tightened up again in the NFC Central. Last night, Warren Moon hit Chris Carter on this pass in overtime. It gave the Vikings a 33-27 win. That means the Vikes and Bears tied for first with 8-5 marks, and if the Packers can beat Detroit Sunday, they'll be just a game behind the leaders again.
The division's so close, and now it's a little bit closer. And, if we take care of business like I hope we can, maybe the whole thing will come out okay.
Holmgren says the players seem to be over the loss to Dallas, and they've had a good week of practice. Seattle Seahawks defensive lineman Michael Fryer has no use of his legs or hands after breaking his neck in a traffic accident last night. Fryer was a passenger in a car that crashed into a utility pole. Doctors say it's unlikely Fryer will walk again. 2 other Seahawks were in the car, but there are conflicting reports on who was driving. It was either Chris Warren or Lamar Smith. An officer says it appears the car was going too fast on a rain-slick road. Fryer remains paralyzed in serious condition. Warren suffered cracked ribs. Smith was hospitalized with chip fractures in the spine and ankle. And Joe Montana says the report that he is retiring is ridiculous. The New York Daily News reported that the 30-year-old Montana will call it quits at season's end. Montana suffered a sprained foot last Sunday. He's doubtful for the upcoming game against Denver, but he says he's not thinking about retirement yet.
Yeah. You're getting old, Katie. He's been in the league 14 years. I can remember when he was a sophomore in college.
I can remember when he was at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
All right,
He'll be missed, huh? Of course, you remember Bart Starr, too, don't you?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Pick 3. Here are tonight's winning numbers. Catch Pick 3 and loads of excitement Monday through Sunday here on WISC TV3. Thanks for watching.
Holiday season is officially here.
You know that because the tree at the Capitol is brightly lit. Workers spent all week decorating the 45-foot balsam fir from Langley County, and the lights on the tree were turned on at noon.
2, 3,